Well, the next part of the agenda is answering the question, is it time? Is it time to consider significant improvement to the governance of Australia? Why should the Republicans dominate the area of constitutional change? This country only federated for one reason, and that reason was that the people decided we should federate. Once the British first proposed that we federate, and the local politicians who just received self-government said, what on earth are you pushing your nose into our business? We don't want to have a National Assembly. Without bloodshed, without even, as far as we know, any recorded fight in a hotel. We peacefully recorded. This was the act of a very sophisticated country, but it was done by the people in 4 years. We can't even lay a tram track in George Street today in 4 years. 19th century technology, we can't even do that. So, it's putting things in the hands of the people, and that's why we've reached a situation where, I often say this when I go around talking around the country, I cannot identify a significant problem in Australia today, a significant and serious problem today in Australia, which, if it were not created by the politicians, was made significantly worse by them. Look at the questions. Energy, for example. Look at the situation in relation to defence, where we've got 21 days of fuel. We have this ridiculous submarine contract to rip out nuclear engines, deliver them. We won't have the full nuclear fleet for the celebration of the centenary of the victory over Japan. There'll be a fleet review in Sydney Harbour. King William V will be there to review it. King George. Or even King George. King George VII. And they won't have the full nuclear fleet then, because the enemy's going to wait, obviously, because the enemy's very courteous. They're going to wait till we have this submarine fleet together at some distant time in the future. The situation in so many areas is so bad. In relation to water, for example, we should be harvesting the country. The floods in North Queensland should have been mitigated by dams, and the water should be brought down into the Murray-Darling. But it is a mess, and we need significant reform in a number of areas. The politicians waste their time on wasteful reform which has no support, the Republic being the significant one. So I'm going to invite each of our two guest speakers today to make any comments they wish to make. Then I'm going to invite members of the executive who may wish to make a comment, and then the three young ambassadors, then throw it open to Q&A.